Hello students, welcome to my geography channel Shortwani's Classroom. This is my first video. I am going to begin with the chapter on climate of India. This is the monsoon season we are having now. I will be able to explain to you nicely and my classroom teaching also will be very interesting if you listen with care and attention. Try to note down all the important points I will be writing, and this will help you for your better understanding. So now let us begin with the chapter. India is a tropical monsoon land with a tropical monsoon type of climate. The climate is mainly tropical because most part of India lies in the tropical belt. The climate is greatly influenced by the monsoon winds, which are mainly confined between the latitudes 20° north and 20° south, which is the tropical region. And these monsoon winds are actually seasonal winds. They change their direction according to the seasons. In summer, if they blow from sea to land, in winter they will blow from land to sea. So complete reversal of the monsoon wind is one of the important factor or important characteristic feature of the Indian climate. In the north, the country is bounded by the high Himalayan ranges. So the climate is cold and mountainous, and at higher altitude there is very heavy snowfall. So all the places which are located in the mountainous region have extremely cold climate. In the south, there are water bodies, Arabian Sea on the west, Bay of Bengal in the east, and Indian Ocean in the south. So the coastal region, the east coast and the west coast, they are greatly influenced by the sea, the land breeze and the sea breeze. So the climate is maritime or moderate or equable. So they are neither so hot during summer or not so cold in winter. But there are some regional variations also. In the northwest, the climate is hot and dry, desert type with scanty rainfall. In the Ganga Valley, particularly in the states of Punjab, Haryana, then Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, the climate is continental type because these areas are quite far from the influence of the sea. In the northeast, Assam, Meghalaya have hot and humid climate with very heavy rainfall. So, in this way the climate varies from one region to another. Barmer in Rajasthan record a temperature of 50 to 55 degrees centigrade in the month of June. So this is the hottest place in India. But Dras near Kargil, this is the coldest place, which is located at a very high altitude. So it is the coldest place in India. So these are the how the monsoon winds they influence. Now we are going to discuss some of the factors which causes the climate of India to vary from one place to another. I am going to write down the points on the board. So if you can note down all the points, and each point you have to elaborate, so that will help you to make your conception clear. My first point is latitude. Latitude of Tropic of Cancer, 23.5 degree north, passes through the middle of India and divides India into two broad climatic zones. The northern part lies in the temperate zone, so has temperate climate, and the southern part lies in the tropical zone, therefore the climate is tropical. In the extreme south, the climate is very hot because of nearness to the equator. Kochi and Mumbai, they are both located on the west coast. Both have the influence of the sea. But still, in winter, the temperature of Kochi is much higher than that of Mumbai because Kochi is nearer to the equator. So, this is about the latitude. Now, the next point I am going to altitude. Altitude means height above sea level. India has high mountains, hills, high plateaus. So most places they are located on the hill or on the mountain at a greater height. So those places remain much cooler, because we know that as we climb higher, the temperature decreases at the rate of 1 degree for 165 meter, which is known as the lapse rate of temperature or normal lapse rate of temperature. So those places which are located on the mountain, they are much cooler than those places which are located on the plains. You have to give some examples, like Darjeeling is much cooler than Kolkata. Why? Because Darjeeling is a hill station, it is on the mountain, and Kolkata is located on the plain. Shimla is much cooler than Delhi. Shimla is a hill station, it is on the mountain, and Delhi is on the plain. In South India, on the Nilgiri hills, Ooty is a hill station located there, so Ooty remains cooler than Kochi. Because of altitude, Ooty remains cooler, whereas Kochi is located on the plain. So when you will explain any point, always try to give some examples so that your answer will be clear. Third point is distance from the sea. Distance from the sea. From the sea. India is surrounded by water bodies on three sides. So the coastal regions, they get the influence of the sea, that is the land breeze and the sea breeze. So the coastal regions, they have moderate or maritime climate. That means they are not so hot during summer, not so cold in winter. So the climate is equable. But the places which are located far away from the sea, in the interior part, so for example Chandigarh, then Lucknow, Kanpur, they don't get any influence of the sea, so the climate is continental or extreme. These places, they become very hot during summer and very cold during winter. Whereas on the coastal region, Chennai, Visakhapatnam, then on the west coast we have Mumbai, then Kochi, so they have moderate or maritime climate. So this is the influence of the water bodies. Now fourth point, role of the Himalayas. Role of the Himalayas. You know that Himalayas are very high mountain ranges located in the northern part of India, extending in an east-west direction. These are the highest mountain ranges, young-fold mountain ranges in the world. So these Himalayas, they play a very important role in influencing the climate of our country. In winter season, when the winter monsoons or northeast monsoons, they blow from Central Asia, these Himalayas, they block the cold winds, so the winds cannot enter India and reduce the temperature. So in winter, we don't have the very low temperature, the temperature remain mild. We have mild and dry winter. Dry also because these winds, they are blowing from land to sea, they do not bring any rainfall, but they are very cold. So Himalayas block these cold winds, and India's temperature in winter remain mild. Then in summer season, when the winds change the direction, they start blowing from sea towards the land, they carry plenty of moisture. So these moisture bearing southwest monsoons or summer monsoons, they also face obstruction on the lower Himalayan slopes and bring rainfall in most part of India. So the summer monsoons bring maximum rainfall in our country, which is very important for our country. It makes India an agricultural land. Suppose the Himalayas are absent, then what will happen? Then India will become a very cold and dry, desolate landmass. So Himalayas have a great influence on climate. they mold the climate of our country. Because of the Himalayas, the climate of India is tropical monsoon. Now the next point, that is relief. Relief means, you know, topography. India has different types of topographical features, mountains, hills, high plateaus. So they influence the climate. How? When the moisture bearing winds blow from sea, they carry moisture. If they face any obstruction on the path, suppose a mountain or a hill or a high plateau, then what will happen? The winds, they rise up over the windward side of the mountain, and they bring rainfall on the windward side. The moisture condenses, the rise up over the mountain slope, the moisture condenses to form the clouds, and rainfall occur on the windward side. This is orographic rainfall, but the leeward side is dry. Leeward side does not get much rain. So this is the orographic type of rainfall. The nature of rainfall is orographic. For example, I am saying, suppose windward slope of the Western Ghat or the West Coastal Plain, so receiving very heavy rainfall by the Arabian Sea branch in the month of June, July. Whereas Deccan Plateau lies on the leeward side of the Western Ghat, therefore it is a rain shadow area. If we consider the northeastern side, the two places, Shillong and Mawsynram Cherrapunji. Shillong is located on the windward side of the Khasi Hills, and Mawsynram Cherrapunji is located on the windward side of the Khasi Hills, whereas Shillong is located on the leeward side. So Mawsynram Cherrapunji receive very heavy rainfall, whereas Shillong is a rain shadow area. So in this way, when you will explain the point on relief, give one or two examples so that your answer will be better. Now, my sixth point is, if you just note down the points, you can elaborate it later on. Monsoons. Monsoon winds. Monsoon winds, they influence the climate of our country. Now, what are these monsoons? These monsoons are seasonal winds or periodic winds. They that means in summer, if they blow from sea to land, in winter they will change the direction and blow from the opposite direction, from land to sea. The word monsoon means season. It is an Arabic word which means season. So these monsoons play a very important role in influencing the climate. In summer, the monsoon winds blow from sea towards the land, because over the sea we have high pressure and over the landmass of India we have low pressure during summer. Winds always blow from high pressure to low pressure. So the monsoon winds blow from sea towards the land. They carry plenty of moisture and bring rainfall in most part of India. And in winter season, I said that they will reverse the direction, so they start blowing from land towards the sea. So why they are changing the direction? Because the pressure area changes. They start blowing from northeast, because in the northeast we have low temperature means high pressure, and over the water bodies we have low pressure. So they change the direction and start moving from high pressure to low pressure. And since they are blowing from land to sea, they are offshore winds. They are not bringing any rainfall, except in some limited areas. But in general, they don't bring any rainfall in India. India remains dry. Only some areas on the coastal region get rainfall by the northeast monsoon. Otherwise, whole of India remains dry. These monsoon winds are very important for influencing the climate, and reversal of the monsoon winds according to the seasons is one of the most important characteristic feature of Indian climate. Now the next point, upper air circulation or jet stream Jet stream is a swiftly moving air in the subtropical region blowing at the rate of 3 to 4 kilometers per hour. They move at a faster rate in the upper atmosphere. They have two branches, the westerly jet stream and easterly jet stream. And since they face obstruction, the mountain ranges, Himalayas, they split into two branches, westerly jet and easterly jet. Westerly jet is responsible for western disturbance in the northwestern part of India during winter, at the end of the winter. And easterly jet stream is responsible for development of tropical cyclones which affect the eastern coast in October and November. So this is all about the jet stream. And one more point is left, that is El Nino. El Nino effect is influencing the climate. El Nino is a warm current which replaces the cold Peru current flowing along the Peru coast. And this El Nino, since it is warm, that means temperature fluctuates, the temperature of the water increases, and in the Western Pacific and over the Indian Ocean, the water remains comparatively cooler. So what happens is the southeast trade winds, they cross the equator and they become the monsoons, and they start deflecting towards the Western Pacific instead of entering India. So El Nino affect the weather pattern of India. In our country, we don't get much rainfall. There is deficiency of rain, and many parts of India droughts occur. So of course the agriculture is hampered. We don't get sufficient production if El Nino comes, and the agriculture, that is the crops, are very much reduced in production, and there is deficiency of rain in most part of India. So this El Nino actually affect the global weather pattern, and our country India is also affected. The weather of India is also affected by El Nino. Now the different features of Indian climate I am going to explain in my next video. So revise these points which I have explained, and just wait for the next video which will be uploaded soon.